Very cool. We still have an easterly wind, and what that's going to do over the next couple of days is help what smoke is still out over New Orleans east and the marsh fire there continue moving generally in the direction of the city, but it all depends on the exact direction of that wind. Over time, we'll continue to see that kind of move toward the city, but it won't be just constant. There will be some little flare-ups, maybe a little bit more smoke than other times, and also when that wind does shift a bit, might see more of that smoke move out over the lake, or it might move more south of the city and affect more of the West Bank. Certainly going to be higher concentrations in the east, but exactly where it then goes will highly depend upon the exact location of that wind. Right now, very light wind across most of the area and kind of an east-southeasterly component. With those light winds outside, you're probably not seeing a whole lot of motion of the smoke, but that will likely change over the next couple of days. Temperatures are chilly, but we're not going to be as cold as we were this morning. Had widespread freezing temperatures north of the lake. Right now, we're in the 40s. We'll come down a bit more, but dew points are higher, so that will prevent us from getting into that frost or freeze level. And we're expecting mid to upper 30s north of the lake, some 40s and low 50s generally south. So kind of today has begun our warming trend. High temperatures we're able to get into the mid and upper 60s, and by tomorrow more low 70s. 55 right now at Kenner with light winds, almost dead calm winds, and dew point 46. Still relatively dry, but you can definitely feel the humidity is up, and as those temperatures start cooling to nearer the dew points, it almost has a little bit of a damp feel to the air. Over time, that dampness may equate to some fog, and we could be more on the fog watch as we head toward maybe the weekend, more so Sunday and into next week. We're also losing that colder air. You need that persistent flow from Canada to keep the cold air in place, and unfortunately, that is already moving on as temperatures here have already started to rebound, as they have even across the central United States, because that core of the cold, which is now bottled back up into central Canada near Hudson's Bay, will remain north of the border. So over the next several days, our temperatures just gradually increasing, as they will be for the central and southern part of the nation. And the temperature outlook for these areas over the next 6 to 10 days, so going closer and closer to mid-November, a high likelihood of us staying well above average. And average is now 75 degrees, so generally in the upper 70s and lower 80s. High pressure ridge, though, sitting right over the south and eastern part of the nation. So at least with this pattern in place at the surface, it will keep us under mostly sunny skies. But also, there are these little disturbances that are kind of rotating through. So there may be periods of a little more cloudiness at times. At the moment, this pattern would likely keep any little rain showers generally south of us. And again, mostly sunny, but also with that more onshore flow. That is what will help to increase the humidity over time. And eventually, that higher humidity will lead to some patchy morning fog. Something we'll be watching, not tomorrow morning, probably not Saturday, maybe beginning Sunday, Monday. And I really think the ingredients for the morning fog will be with us for most of next week. Highs back into the lower 70s tomorrow, mid to upper 70s this weekend. Beautiful weekend if you weren't a fan of the chill. It'll have a milder feel, but still very pleasant. And remember, Saturday night, we fall back 1 hour.